All right. I have to be really quiet because it's late and I have some new ducks. This is one of our favorite ones. And just want to talk about some of the books I've been reading and what I just finished reading recently. I did do a little video of it, but I wasn't very eloquent on how I felt about it. But really quick, I finished Path of Destruction, which was book one in the Darth Bane trilogy, which happens way before the Phantom Menace, something like 1,000 years or something. I think it was written in the 90s. I decided to go and read Star Wars stuff for a little while because I kind of have less time in the summers, and I thought maybe I needed to choose a series or some world to live in where I didn't have to relearn everything each time I picked something up. And if I couldn't read something as quickly as I would like, then I would know that I kind of knew the characters and things like that, and I knew the world, and I didn't have to be reintroduced every time. I am still looking forward to the other stuff. Like once, I'll go through this little stretch of some of these Star Wars expanded universe things, and then I'll get back to stuff like Elric is something I'm really looking forward to getting back to, and some of my other sci-fi things. But I want to talk about a couple of these things. I did read. Yeah, it was this one here, Path of Destruction, which is just about this Darth Bane, which is very interesting because this one, and I mentioned it in my other one, but I actually deleted that review because I kind of just was all over the place. And this might be no better, but I liked it because it set up, I've never read anything that was purely of the dark side, you know? And so this one was interesting because if you know the rule of two, which is like there's a master who has the power, like the emperor, and then an apprentice who kind of lusts after that power. I don't know if that's the right word, but that was something that he kind of reintroduced into the structure of you know into the structure of how the Sith should operate. And I thought it was really interesting because in a way, it has a dark academy. I think this one was fantastic. I think people could read it even if they are not super fans of Star Wars but have a passing interest in something different. Um, something different than the movies. Uh, it was. I would love to see a movie of this done well. I think with AI, um, I think in the next 10 years, we'll get full feature amazing stuff. And I look at the stuff I've been reading recently, and especially in the Star Wars world, and thinking, man, if they could really pull this off really, really well, this one here and the one I'm reading right now, which I'll talk about in a sec, both could be just amazing if really done properly and if it was convincing enough. But it was interesting. It has a dark academy with plenty of Sith, and in a way, it's like the Sith aren't being uh, structured in a way that really feeds into things that really give them their power. It should be very hierarchical and about seeking more and more and more and being more powerful. And in a way, this Darth Bane is like this culling or this. I mean, I guess I could say that it's like a culling of the the dark structure or the Sith structure into something that would be more pure and whatever. And it actually is very philosophical. It it isn't just about the dark side is about bad, being bad for the sake of being bad. It does try to make a case for the dark side, even though a lot of what these books are is to really emphasize the good. But it also has some POVs of the Jedi side. And on that side is almost like the Jedi light side isn't being purely what it ought to be. So there's a little bit of both of these things happening, and I thought it was really great. I thought it was much better actually than Light of the Jedi, even though there are some characters I really liked from that. But it was more kind of popcorn fun. This one was deeper, more things to think about, and lastly, I'm about 140 pages or so into Heir to the Empire, which is the original Thrawn trilogy, which is kind of what I think a lot of people would consider the canon for after Return of the Jedi. We have our original legacy characters. We have this Thrawn character who, the reason I like this so far more than the sequel movies, I mean, there's a number of reasons, but it seems much more believable of, for one thing, the Empire picking up the pieces and the type of characters who, not necessarily a dark, a dark lord like Palpatine, but how somebody very intelligent could still kind of pick up the pieces and maybe what some of their aims and things would be, and I've been really impressed because this one isn't necessarily so far about just good Jedi against bad Jedi again, and neither was Light of the Jedi for that case, but really great. This has been a fun diversion. I'm looking forward to reading more of these. I think I'll probably read a couple more. Maybe even continue to finish this trilogy before going to like Darth Bane and some of this other, the other Darth Bane stuff. And, I do want to read some more of these because it's just kind of easy, fun diversion. I can read it, 10 minutes at a time, and I don't feel lost necessarily. But what are you reading, and what are you looking forward to me getting back to? I do have all the other ones that I mentioned. I do want to keep going with the Dark Tower. I do want to get back to Malazan as soon as I can. I do hope, the Will of the Many sequel is going to come out soon. I do want to get to Sun Eater so I can get that conclusion. I'm a book behind. I do want to keep going with the Pillars of the Earth series. I want to keep going maybe with Thomas Covenant. I definitely want to be keep going with Amber and Elric saga and maybe some of these other ones, Master's Apprentice or whatever it is, and Robin Hobb and stuff like that. I want to get going again with The Expanse and things like that. So anyway, this has been fun, and these stinking ducks are like the sweetest things. They just kind of fall asleep in your hands, but they're getting so stinking big. But just the sweetest little guys. Just the sweetest little guys. This one's name is Poppy. So I'm reading about the dark side while I'm holding like the sweetest little ducks ever. So anyway, I will talk to you guys real soon. Bye-bye.